Hello everyone and welcome back to SpartanGaming plays The House of Tesla. So, we last ended on, I guess this will be chapter 1 part 2. We're on the, are we on the lower floors? I think we're on the lower floors, I'm sure we are. So yeah, there's, our main goal is this door here. We came down this elevator. And this is basically reminding myself. So yeah, the first thing we need to do is we need to head in here. See, it's one of those rare moments where he actually fills out his diary with information that you can actually use instead of it just being him talking what you've already done. Let's have a look. Like, he's just came down. He's already writing like 4 pages. Crazy. If I want to open a gate, I'll need to power. I'll need power. Pretty sure the boiler room for the turbine will be underneath me. Strange feeling being large and abandoned factory. Inside the box, I found a strange painted symbol. It must mean something. Between the elevator and the turbine, I found this peculiar device. It seems to have several intricate tube lights in its upper parts. And there's some kind of printing machine in its lower. I wonder what it's for. It's obviously for this puzzle here. So you need to make... Oh, notes in the factory. Break-ins after work. It's always a trouble when you have a big-ass factory. Some asshole's going to break in. Oh, like, I looked as well. Apparently, Tesla's voice... When I said he sounded too American, apparently he's American Croatian? Was it Croatian? Something like that. It's in a part of the world where Croatia is now. So yeah. Like every time I hear Nikola Tesla, I just think, oh, he's just a Russian dude. And apparently he's not. So yeah. I think it was me running my stupid face without actually looking up facts. It's funny though, because I was looking and there's so many threads about people asking if his nationality is correct or not, which is so weird. It's like, how do you not know where this guy was born? Like, it's weird. Anyway, so we need to make, good lordy. Which one is it? Is it this one? We're on the ground floor. We need to make this symbol. It's like a, it's like if you looked at a person swimming from above. There's its legs, its body and its arms. Shark bait is what we call that. It's not too difficult. You press these little buttons here and it changes the orientation of these tube lighty things. See? Simple. I remember what this one is. There you go. Then you pull on this. And it spits out this, which is a punch card. God, we don't even have punch cards anymore. Back to all your kids who don't know what a punch card is. We used to use these to check in at work. Kind of like ID badges. Oof, I made a really satisfying thump. You can check the turbine and stuff, but you can't really do anything with it until you turn on the old coal burner. There's also this down here. Easy to miss. Oh, the Nixie tubes. This is basically him saying how he's built a water pipes. And yeah, again, it's like if you want to read them, like people might be able to grind themselves in a video game by reading lore and stuff, but I'm stupid. If the person that's speaking to me, then I'm not listening. That's just, like I said, I read up to maybe chapter 3. Then after that, I just ignored the diary completely. When you realize it's not really going to help, it's you need coal in it. So look, this is completely unnecessary. Like, you take a good shovel, and then you can... You know what I mean? It's like... You're making a machine to do a job that's so simple. It's like making an intricate machine with 1,000 moving parts just to turn a page, which you could do quite easily on your own. Look, it's got all this coal, and you could just take a shovel and shove it in the bottom of the boiler here. And this wouldn't work either, because you can't set fire to coal without some kindling, can you? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a coal miner. You can't turn on the power because there's a big hole right down here. So you have to. Oops. It's always a finagly thing to do. Oh, it's that way. There we go. As if that would help fix a hole. We have pressure. This puzzle. This is the first time in the game again where I got stuck because there was no indication that you can solve this puzzle. Like, you turn this and it would piss out water through all these holes, and these handles determine if it's on or off. And there's no indication of which one means on and which one means off. I mean, logically speaking, that's off. You know. Across to prevent the water from going out, and that is on. Like, looking at this now, it makes sense, but when I was playing this game originally, I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Right, and what's really annoying is it takes ages for this to like run its animation. So I mean, and each time you do that, it does the same thing over and over again. And each time you do one of these, you have to then check to see if it's correct. It's one of those things where it's just time consuming. It's not difficult. It's just, you know, there's so many of these stupid dials and knobs. Luckily, I already know the solution for this, so I'm not going to struggle too much. So I know it comes down here. So you have to basically have to get the pressure equal. I'm trying to remember what it is. Those two are flat. That's fine. That has to be closed because that comes from here. That has to be closed because there's a leak there. That's open. So those two are fine. This one is fine. The one above it needs to be that way. Just the water needs to come in. It can't go down. Well, no, because that there, because that's stopping it. So because it'll just go down. That needs to go up. It's going to come in here, all the way down here, down this pipe, through here. Block there because it can't go in. Then it'll come this way. And go back down here, all the way down here. So that's that one. And then this pipe needs to be, oh god. So that's closed. That's open. That's closed. That's closed because there's no reason for water to go there. It comes down and block in there. So that pipe leads to nowhere. And then let's see, blocked. I think that should work. I may be missing maybe one. Yeah, this one here. That's yeah. I just have to close that one pipe. which is... Oh, come on. So I mean, it's needlessly long animation, and you have to do this repeatedly if you want to make sure you get it right. I mean, you can just wing it and get it right first time, but I'm not that good. Okay, so that's that one. Now we have this other 𝘕𝘕𝘬𝘐, we can use it for this machine here. See, this is the first time I got annoyed by the journal. See, he doesn't write this down. See, like he wrote this one down, but for some reason he didn't want to write down the hard one. Like, why? Why has he not noted that one down, but he noted the other one down? It's little things like that that really just get on my tits. It's just like, why would he not just write both of them down, eh? This is about his engine thing behind us. This big boy. Yeah, you can't turn this because the engine, you saw it broke. So don't fiddle with that. Oh, this is the one that I don't remember. I remember this one needed to be... it's got time to do a lot of sketch of that puzzle, but... You know, I think that's that one, because the that's that one. Let's try that. No, so which one? It's easier normally to see this because I can check. So I know that the back one's wrong. Let me try that one. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Because I had a thing coming down here. It was wrong. Lady Tesla. Why don't you just write that down? Nice. This is see, there doesn't seem to be enough power to move the cabin. I need to restart both turbine and the generators. We can't do that just yet. We need to fix this. It just happens to have a new one right here. It's got some really good sound effects in this game. Such a hefty chunk. That should spin us up. Apparently I put some safety measures in my laboratory which should be monitoring everything happening in the buildings. Okay, I don't care. We can't walk, so we need to make room. Well, he drew a sketch of this, but not the thing we needed. Thanks, Tesla. Gosh, he's taking a piss at the moment, isn't he? It's just TEing his way in. So we'll need to make need to move everything out the way of the door, and we need to get this cart to go straight forward and out the door here. This is the same as before. You can move this around. That one takes up 2 squares. This is like an L shape. I mean, I'm sure we've all played Tetris. So, well, basically, you can put one of them in the back of the car out of the way, and it can only be one of the one squares. It doesn't really matter which one you do, but from what I remember, I'm trying to think which one I put in. I think it was this. Wasn't that one? I think. No, because I always forget there's a square there. Let's put this one in. And it does. I don't think it matters which one you put in. It just determines how long it takes you to move all these around. Okay, so I can move this one. Okay, so that should be all that. Now, from what I remember, you need to power it as well, which I completely forgot. Needs to go here. Shit. Oh no, that works. Nice. Then you click the door. Then you have to press this at a certain time. I need to put... That's weird. I wasn't holding anything, and now I am, and now it still won't let me. It doesn't matter if I'm holding something. No. What was that about? Another bug. There we go. Hold on. Should be able to go to the left. Have a really slow walk. It's like he's on a Segway. He makes no sound when he walks, like a ghost. Like a Segway ghost. Oh, didn't take as long to get out the factory. All this just to get out the bloody factory. God. This is another weird one I don't really understand is... Like, you'd think these two need to be connected, but from what I remember, only one of them needs to, and yeah, this is not too difficult. You want to make a way up to here. You need to go behind this one on the top right, or this one on the top left or top right. Let's see. Someone needs to not be there. And then, yeah, then you click that in on it. Apparently it powers it up. Everything's falling apart in this factory. I don't know why he needs that himself. It's weird. Like, he can just walk around. So this train was probably my favorite area in the whole game. It's really cool. Like, it's all powered by electric. You know, before electricity was even a, you know, this is before electric trains were really a thing, wasn't it? Like, they get current from the tracks. You know, they're still using coal trains in this period of time. You know, which are cool, but you know, you just pollute the atmosphere with your shitty trains. So we need all three of these green. The circuit board. So this, oops, I didn't need to click that. This fuse box seems to be the key for distributing electricity from the tracks to the whole train. There seems to be several parts missing or wrongly set. Who did that? I think I need to repair this junction fully before the train is able to move. So, this is not difficult either. This is, as it looks, you turn the outer wheel, and then you click these to send power to this circuit. Can't be out of a broken one, obviously. Trying to think which one it is now. It's... another trick you can look at is on this here. It has to match. So it's 2 to the right, gap, then 1 at the bottom. Which is going to be like that. Or like that. It can't be that because it's more like that. This switch then does both. This switch does this one, and this one goes here. So that should be working. Nice. And for some reason the door opened. Spooky door. So the objective for this is to get all these parts, all these lights green. Each one does a different thing. For another train, the piston things, the box where we just was, powers the tracks. I don't know anything about trains, to be honest. Matters of electric motor locomotion. Conventional locomotion, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is always good. Trains here in the USA really change history, and this could be the next step. It could reshape the very idea of transit. Everything's seamless. Everything part of one big ecosystem of cities, factories, and power plants. It's not wrong. The locomotions back in those days were just like, it changed how industries were able to ship to different parts of the country. You know, no longer needing to drag them in horse and carriage. You know, you could stick them on a train and be done with it. Obviously, you'd have to have tracks. You know, that's a low effort, really. There's another memory thing here. We'll do that in a minute. This machine here is fucking amazing. Like, I wouldn't even know if this actually exists or not. It basically it electroplates these discs, which are those ones we was using earlier, and to make circuit boards. And yeah, it electroplates ceramic discs. With you put the disc in here like this, and then the machine starts up. So the ceramic turns to, I'm guessing, copper. Stamps the circuit down. See, I'm not sure what method this would be. it's metal at all. It must be metal if it's electroplated. I would have said nickel, but I wouldn't know if nickel would be a thing. It's probably no, look, it's probably lead. Like everyone, hair was falling out and they were dying when they were 40 because they were just drinking lead. This is another thing we can do. This one's different, but it's not much difficult. This thing here is for this piston, which is very odd. I don't know why he doesn't just do it by hand. It's, again, it's like you're making a machine for something that can be done with your hands in a fraction of the time. Let's have a flashback.
Sunday, March 18th, 1900. I went to the lounge of the Hotel 𝘱𝘕𝘮 to get a little bit of peace. I know Sam means well, but these social events are incredibly exhausting. I can almost hear him. Can't you see how many came just for you? So many stories tied up in one moment. In the future, one of them might get entangled with yours. That's the famous Mark Twain. He convinced a few useless rich people to consider investing in my next project, and still managed to see something poetic about it. And this wasn't the first time Samuel Clemens helped me. I was barely on the cusp of adulthood, and my father, despite my protests, insisted that I become a parish priest like him. But God had other plans. I found myself on my deathbed. My doctor gave me months to live, and all hope escaped me. But one day, a book fell into my lap. It was outstanding. It completely absorbed me and kept me in bed even more than my illness, which I had completely forgotten about. They were early works of Mark Twain, and to them I attribute my miraculous recovery. When my father saw how narrowly I had escaped death, he agreed to let me decide my future career. So I headed west to study engineering. 20 years later, I met Sam in person for the first time. As I told him my story, I saw the otherwise jovial man shed a heartful tear. Suddenly, I was snapped out of my daydream. A friendly, "Howdy, Nicola," came from behind me, and an ornate wooden cube landed on the table in front. "With the help of a skilled carpenter, I prepared a gift for you, just for this occasion," Sam continued. "I wonder if you can guess what it is." What was it that Sam brought me?
Money. It's a puzzle.
The mischievous grin on his face said it all. He definitely had something in store to tease my brain cells.
It's what I mean by the cutscenes. They're not cutscenes either. They're just. I don't know. I don't like them. I really don't. I think if I'm honest, I think they ruined the whole game. Because you just have to watch these stupid characters in a frozen pose while this dumbass narrates over them. I don't know. What the hell were they thinking? Why not just have animated cutscenes or don't have them at all? Like, the guy who narrates, it's like he's reading a book and he's the narrator at the same time. It's odd. I don't know. It's probably monetary reasons. But yeah, this puzzle box is not that difficult. I don't know what the line in the middle means. You have to put this over the one that fits.
Precise workmanship. The internal mechanism must be very complex.
Just get a hammer, mate. I'll sort it out. So each one you can move this weird coin around. I think you have to put this in the way and the one that makes most sense. So it's got to be one of these for the bottom. Because they're the only ones with this little weird knob on the top. If I remember correctly, I think it's at the bottom. But I don't know why it's the bottom. Yeah, I don't know why that works. And then each side gives you another coin to use. This one I don't understand either. I think it's something like that, because it's... No, it's... that one.
The puzzle is more complicated than I expected.
Telling me.
Why did he decide to give it to me here?
Sounds like he wanted to torture you. Like I say, yeah, even this, I have absolutely no idea. Like, absolutely, I don't understand why this worked with these 3 flags. These 3 flags don't even exist in any of these pictures. Even the hints don't help. I think all the hints tell you is explains what the puzzle is, but I don't see the logic in any of these images. I assume that one of these have to match one of these. So like this one here would be this one or this one. So it would fit onto either this one here with a wheel or this one with the 2 stacks, which are these here. But from what I remember, this one goes here because of reasons. Like, I don't get it. I really, really don't get it.
Didn't he mention a meeting with a potential investor?
Oh.
Inside was Samuel's yet unpublished book. I knew it would be another amazing experience. I couldn't have asked for a better gift. But I didn't have time to rejoice for long. Sam smiled, pulled his watch out of his breast pocket, and exclaimed, "It worked out beautifully. It's almost time." At first, I didn't understand what he meant. But when I looked at him, I began to suspect some trickery. There was a knock, followed by a smug chuckle. "Like a Swiss watch," my friend added. He planned it well. He kept me entertained long enough for me not to wriggle my way out of it. And now it was too late. I had to try and make a good first impression.
Look at that haunted face.
The person who entered was introduced as Rose Kelly, a representative of an interested investor. She was courteous and spoke politely. Unlike other investors, she knew not just my name, but also the details of my previous projects. We talked about Colorado Springs and my Wardenclyffe plans. I asked what I should expect from the investor she represented. Do they know my work as well as she does? She assured me that she and her fiancé fully supported my world vision, free energy available to everyone, and a global communication network. Fiancé? That made sense, but why hadn't she told me his name? I had no option but to cut to the chase. "Mrs. Kelly, what is the name of your fiancé?" She hesitated, smiled timidly, and looked me straight in the eye. "Alistair Crowley," she said in a weak voice, as if she already knew my reaction. At that moment, just one thought took over my mind. Alistair Crowley was... He's a liar and a fool. He tells fairy tales about demons, magic, and other worlds. I knew it wasn't her fault, but I couldn't contain myself. I was offended that someone like this thought they could fund me. Such insolence! "Crowley," I blurted out. "Unfortunately, I know very well who you mean. The nonsense that people like him put out into the public makes the work of all scientists and inventors that much harder, whether in education or trying to find sponsors. I hate to break it to you, but your husband-to-be is a fraud." Rose didn't look surprised, but certainly not pleased by my words either. "I understand your resentment, but please think the matter over in peace. My fiancé doesn't take rejection kindly." It sounded nearly threatening, but I picked up on the desperation in her voice. I looked at Samuel and sadly shook my head. It was clear we weren't going to make a deal. The click of the door and my friend's slightly disappointed face only confirmed it.
That woman had a haunting face. Like, my God. As if, like, shot me by, like, Tesla, he comes off as, he comes off as an arrogant asshole sometimes. Like, somebody wants to invest in him and it's just like, absolutely not. Yeah, he needs money. Yeah, I mean, obviously you won't want Alistair Crowley giving you money. But anyway, it's you're not gonna give me that? You're telling me I need to go and get the other thing? I don't really need to know that. There's that book he gave me, which I promptly left on the floor. Let's go and sort this other thing out. We've got 6. That's 6. How many does this have? Not in the right 6. Okay. Okay, let me see. So the 6 we need is like it must be like that. No, it's that. Okay. And then we need to move this so all the pins are connected. I think it's like that. Pins to pins. Let's try that. Oh, nice. That opened up this little box at the top. So many screens to move through. This is another weird puzzle. You have to match, but you have to match them in a specific way. So this one has purple on it, and this one has purple, and so does this one. So any of those could match. Like, it doesn't matter what both colors are. It's as long as one match. So if we do this and this, you get these two, and this one, and I think it's this one, yes, and this one, and this one. Nice. Take the lever. Spacey as fook, that is. Looks dangerous, man. You just got electricity arcing everywhere. So this goes in here. It's another ceramic disc, but we'll do this puzzle first, which goes here. That took me longer than I remember it being. The key was that stupid one that only one of them could pass through. Wow. And I restarted that puzzle like 3 times. Bloody thing. Things like that really dragged the game out for me. Look, I don't feel satisfied doing that. I just feel like, oh, thank God it's over. The last one. You know, you get tired of clicking through all these screens eventually in these types of games. Oh God. So we can do the little cheat of knowing that it's 3 at the bottom right and then there's a space and then 2 at the top. So it's kind of like that. And then we have to only get this one connected. Nothing else matters. So it's those 2. That one. Maybe that. Yay. Should always be that easy. Now the front of the train has a very interesting puzzle. See if you can move it that easily. This one's not difficult. You just gotta maybe move all these out of the way so you can get to the center. And it's fine. That one. That one. That one. So this puzzle, I replayed this puzzle multiple times to get the location correct. So you pull this lever and it basically resets the cogs. You need to move this one all the way to here, and every time you move it, everything else moves with it. Like this. But this should be the correct solution. As I said, I did this a lot. There you go. See, once you know the solution, it's in your head, you know. Anything left to do now is put the this repaired piston back in the where it needs to be. See, all but 2, and number 2 is here. And I should be able to just flip the lever. Apparently it's not. Oh. Silly boy. You need to actually put the tracks on. I completely forgot to turn the rails. Otherwise the train would have just gone smash it into the factory. Thank God I don't do trains for a living, eh? That would have been me murdering like hundreds of people. There you go. And that's the end of officially the end of chapter 1. That's a badass train. Dangerous as shit, but it's badass. And we start next chapter will be in 𝘕𝘕𝘊𝘵 Laboratories. So yeah, can't really move away from the door, but this puzzle's really weird. This has another puzzle which kind of made me want to pull my hair out, if I had any. But yeah, this area has a lot of it's those puzzles where they just don't make any sense. Feels like they were put there just to piss the player off, if that makes sense. You know, every game, like I said, every game, every chapter in this game has one of those frustrating, illogical puzzles that you just don't like. I mean, every puzzle game does, doesn't it? Like, the House of Da Vinci had plenty of them that I really didn't like. House of Da Vinci 2. Well, that stupid fucking Rubik's thing made me almost turn the game off before completing it, because that was just nonsense. Thankfully, nothing that irritating is in this game that I've found. There's something almost as irritating, but not as irritating. But yeah, we'll get to that in the next videos, in the upcoming scenarios or chapters. Or are we in chapter 2 now? I think, even though this counts as chapter 2, because the personal office I've marked as the prologue because it kind of is, and then chapter 1 starts in the upper factories. And then the lower. And then chapter 2 starts here, but I'm gonna call this chapter 2 anyway. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here anyway, peeps. It's just been a bloody long because I try not to cut the videos up in parts because I kind of don't want to lose the flow. But yeah, I'll leave a timestamp for all the interesting shit that happens. So yeah, feel free to click. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, peeps. So thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye for now.